When you picture buying a house, you probably imagine someone like Sarah. She found a home she loves, her bank approved the mortgage, and she is turning the key to a clean, move-in ready property. Sarah can open that door with confidence because she has built-in safety nets. During the buying process, she hired an inspector. If the roof was leaking, she could ask the seller to fix it. If the contract included the refrigerator, she had a guarantee it would actually be in the kitchen when she moved in. Now meet Tom. Tom is looking for a bargain. Instead of browsing the standard real estate market, he is hunting for foreclosures, hoping to purchase a property for less than its market value. A foreclosure happens when a homeowner stops making their mortgage payments. To recover the money they lent out, the bank, or the court, steps in and forces the sale of the house. It is a stressful situation for the previous owner, and it changes the entire dynamic of the sale. Tom has a real opportunity to buy a home for less than the typical market rate. But in exchange for that lower price tag, he is trading away the safety nets and protections that Sarah enjoyed. The rule of a foreclosure is as is, where is. The seller makes zero promises about its condition. Tom takes all physical risks, like broken furnaces or cracked foundations. Appliances can disappear before possession, and clearing leftover garbage becomes Tom's expense. Then there are the legal risks. Standard home buyers usually receive documents proving the home meets city bylaws. Foreclosure buyers rarely get these. If the previous owner built a deck without a permit, the city holds the new owner responsible for fixing the violation. Without any guarantees, buying a foreclosure is a trade-off. You might negotiate a lower purchase price, but a single undiscovered plumbing disaster can cost more than the money you saved. To see how Tom actually buys this house, we have to look at the legal process. In Alberta, most foreclosures go through the Court of King's Bench. This is called a judicial sale. The original borrower still technically owns the home, but a judge manages the sale to pay off the debt. Tom starts just like a normal buyer. He works with his realtor to write up an initial offer. At this stage, he can include standard conditions, like giving himself time to secure his financing and get a home inspector through the door. But here is the catch. Tom's inspection is strictly for his own knowledge. If the inspector finds a failing roof, the court will not fix it, and they will not lower the price to cover the repair. Once Tom reviews the inspection and confirms his mortgage, he removes his conditions. His offer is now accepted, but only pending court approval. All of this early preparation gives Tom zero leverage to negotiate a better deal. It simply helps him decide whether the property is in good enough shape to risk buying. With his offer accepted, a court date is set. Tom walks into a formal courtroom to get a judge to sign off on his purchase. Because this is a public court proceeding, any other interested buyer can walk into the room and try to outbid Tom. He might arrive expecting a signature, only to find himself in the middle of a live competition. The judge allows this because they have a legal duty to get fair market value for the home. A higher sale price protects the bank, and it preserves any equity, the cash value left over for the homeowner after the debt is paid off. So Tom sits down, only to see 3 other buyers present. Because multiple people want the house, the judge triggers a sealed bid process. The judge asks everyone to write down their absolute highest offer, place it in a closed envelope, and hand it in. There is no ongoing auction or second chances. Tom writes down his top number. But the critical detail is this: that final paper in the envelope cannot have a single condition attached, not for financing and not for inspections. If Tom wins the bid but his bank suddenly decides not to fund his mortgage, he cannot back out. He will lose his entire deposit, and he could even face legal action from the court. The judge opens the envelopes, reviews the numbers, and awards the property to the highest bidder on the spot. This fast-paced, unconditional environment favors specific types of buyers. Professional flippers thrive here. Because they know construction, they can walk through a house once, accurately estimate repair costs, and place a bid that leaves room for a profit. Large corporations and institutional investors dominate this space too. They have high cash liquidity, meaning they have the money ready immediately and don't need to worry about a bank's last-minute approval. An average homebuyer like Tom can still succeed, but he needs a large reserve of extra cash for surprise repairs and an ironclad mortgage approval. He also needs a realtor who understands the specific rules of the Alberta court system. Buying a foreclosure is a complex legal transaction. If you go in prepared, you can find a property that is worth much more than you paid for it. But without professional guidance and a safety net, a bargain house can quickly become an expensive mistake.